My name is Petra. I am a self-proclaimed granola head, or actually I have to say my daughter dubbed me a granola head years ago when she was in her teens because I was into all kinds of natural stuff, and that kind of has progressed over the years. And I kind of have to agree, I probably am a granola head. I'm into all kinds of natural things, non-toxic, non-GMO, organic, to the best of my ability. I'm not a complete freak, but I try to do it to the best of my ability. A little bit about myself. I am married to my wonderful husband Joel. Between the two of us we have 5 kids and 7 grandchildren. We have 2 dogs, and we kind of live in the southeast of the United States. On this channel I kind of want to bring you along with things that I like to do. Being a granola head, I like to make things myself. I figured if I do it myself, at least I know what's in it. So I will make soaps, whether it's melt and porous or with lye. I use the cold process as well. I make lip balms, I make body butters and lotions, candles, you name it, I make it. We do projects as well. My husband and we built this kitchen table and benches, but we built other projects as well, and I'd like to show you what we do with that. My husband is big into photography, and droning, so we have a lot of pictures that we've developed and printed off onto wood or even canvas and on metal. So some of the things I'd like to show you how we do it and the process that it takes to do all of that. What else do we do? I like to cook. I just bought a new Instant Pot and I'm really excited about it, so one of these days I will do a video on that, on what I make and what we like. The other thing is we like to travel, considering that my kids are all over, well, we have, like I said, 5 kids, but they're kind of all over the place. We have 2 kids down here in the south with us with 4 grandchildren. Then I have my daughter up in the northeast, and she's got 2 kids. And then I have my 2 sons who are in England, and there's 1 grandchild there. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a little bit of an accent. I know, I can't get rid of that one. And I was born and raised in Holland, so I have family in Holland as well. So when we travel, we kind of have to go all over the place to see everybody. I got to see my family in Holland, got to see my kids in England, my daughter in the northeast, and then my husband is originally from Maine, so we still have family and friends up in Maine, so we go there too. Now, over the next couple of weeks we'll be going to Florida, and I'd like to take you along with that too. I like to vlog on these trips that we're making, and hopefully in January, if everything goes well, maybe to Washington, so we'll see about that. I am by trade a registered nurse, but that is not really what I wanted to have this video about, even though I'll definitely be talking about some issues that concern me, that I'm worried about, or that I'm dealing with. And hopefully I'll get some input from you guys on what you'd like me to talk about. I like natural remedies, I like homeopathic medicine, but I also just like to talk about things that are bugging me. And for instance, menopause, I'd love to do an entire video on that. What is bothering you, what's bothering me, night sweats, hot flashes, you name it. I'd love to do and talk about that, and see if you have suggestions or thoughts, and what I've used, what have worked sometimes, or all of the time, or none of the times. So anyway, my first project is going to be an upholstery project. I have a chair that needs upholstering, and I'd like to show it to you. Alright, so this is the chair I'm talking about. I've had this orange chair for a couple of years. I bought it at World Market at some point in time. But we had, up till recently, we had 4 dogs. One of them was a Jack Russell Terrier who had horrible allergies. And what he would do is come in the house and go underneath his chair and scrape his back raw, and obviously has destroyed my chair. I mean, the fabric, I've cleaned, this is perfectly clean, but it has taken the top layer of the chair off, and I can't fix it one way or the other. I even tried to paint it, it doesn't work. So I'm going to reupholster it. It's either that or I'm going to have to chop the chair, so why not try this? So I bought this fabric at Joann Fabric. It is a very thick cotton kind of fabric, and I think you can also use it outdoors, but this is going to be for indoors. And my plan on doing this is taking this chair apart, making as little cuts as possible, and then pasting it on this fabric and outlining and cutting it out and then re-sewing it exactly the way I found it. So pretty much just following a puzzle and putting it back together. And hopefully that'll work. So it can go either very well or it can go very bad. We will see either way. I think it's worth to try. The fabric was pretty cheap. So anyway, I don't know if you see Murphy there. Murphy. So anyway, I hope you'll come along with me on this journey and my latest project, the reupholstering of the chair. By the way, mind you, I have never reupholstered anything in my life, so could be interesting. The reason why I picked a solid color is because if you do a floral or any other pattern, the cuttings and all of that will have to match, and considering that this is my first project, I don't want to go and make it too difficult for myself, so that's why I did it solid. I don't know if you could see Murphy, but that's our American Bulldog. She's a very sweet dog and she's 12 and sadly enough aging. Kevin, come here. Kevin, come. Come here. Good job. This is Kevin. Kevin is a little Chihuahua. We found him running on the road, loose. He had no chip, no collar, no nothing. And we of course went to every vet and every store nearby and see if anybody had claimed him as a lost Chihuahua, but no, they didn't. So we still have Kevin. He is still with us. Like I said, we had 4 dogs up to recently. The Jack Russell Terrier, he died sadly enough with all his allergy, and we also had a Boston Terrier, Riley, and he was old and aged, and so we lost those 2 this year, which is kind of sad, and we miss them a lot, but at the same token, 4 dogs is a lot, 2 dogs is a whole lot more manageable than 4 dogs. So anyway, watch me do the reupholstering. Please, if you have any comments or thoughts on the project or anything you want to ask me or suggestions of what I could talk about, let me know below. And please like me as well and subscribe if you can. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks!